Friends, what do you say? Let's do a garden walk and talk and speak realistically about the future of this property and how it pertains to the future of Disneyland and more specifically, Disneyland Forward. Let's just take a little walk, look at some observations and get going. And I'm not gonna waste your time. I'm here to build a case. Starting off right here, JW Marriott. Its luxury suites just happen to focus and look right into a Disney parking lot. Do we think that is a odd twist of fate? No, that is a plan. People know what's coming next. People are prepared for what's coming next. And this mall, I know everybody's like, Disney should have bought it when they had the chance, but they will have the chance again when the time is right, when they need it. Because nothing against this place, it's well kept, it looks fun and exciting, but it's dead. And you know the problem with dead malls are, they don't come back. Because there's something interesting about people. They want to go where they want to go and they don't care about anything else. So when people come here, they want to spend as much time as possible in Disneyland. So even though this could be the coolest mall in the world, they didn't come for this mall, they came for Disney. So it's set up to fail just from that out of the gate. As well, local folks don't really want to come to a bizarre mall with kind of touristy prices, but also stores that don't really make sense. And if you're not a full-fledged Disney top-tier Magic Key holder, parking's not free or cheap. So if you're gonna come down here, you're probably just like the tourist, you're gonna go to Disney parks because that's where the vibes are. You remember a couple of days ago, I said I wanted to do a third quest, but I was afraid to do it. I'm gonna tell you what that was. That third quest was gonna be walking out of the park and walking through here at like midnight. And ultimately I decided, I don't think that's very smart, especially not with the amount of camera equipment I have on me. Like at any time I'm carrying over $5,000 worth of equipment. Probably not smart because this place is a dead zone, even on peak shopping public moments. Could you imagine walking through here with your family at the end of the night? I can't. It is 2:16 on a Friday afternoon in the month of September. Disneyland is slammed with people and this place is literally a ghost town. And the sad part is, it's really cool. There's lots of cool, unique vendors here. It's got a nice open air layout. It's multi-level. Like if this thing was buzzing, it would be phenomenal. But the people have voted. They're not interested. And once people make that decision, I don't know that you ever get to change their mind. Right, guys? Yes, beware. My theory for a long time has been, this is metaphorically the bridge from Disneyland's past to its future. Because if they do indeed build a theme park, a Toy Story parking lot, like I've been predicting, and they're gonna build that ginormous parking garage on the other side, this metaphorically becomes a bridge that brings the two pieces together. Not saying I'm building a bridge, I'm using a metaphor. And for anyone who would say, well, what if Disney just bought that and made that, you know, the downtown Disney? Why would you do that? Why would anybody want to be investing more into retail when retail is clearly suffering and it's dead? Why do that when this could make that theme park truly, truly massive? From when the time that you get out of the parking garage and you come through the grand entryway to where you get to the backside of it for the major reveal, this could be a massive theme park. One that would rival the size of Disneyland. And if that were to happen, then all of this becomes active, full of life. More people showing up in Anaheim, more people spending in Anaheim, Anaheim getting more tax base, more hotel visitors. It all trickles down and around, making this a stronger investment for the city. So I don't see them ever getting in the way of this plan. And I know a lot of people say, well, why didn't they do it when they had the chance? But they weren't ready to buy it, so it wasn't the right time. And I know I've said this several times, but people always push back and go, I can't believe they didn't buy it when they had the opportunity. They weren't ready for it. And let's break down real quick what happens if Disney buys something that they're not ready for. That would mean that Disney would be responsible for the maintenance, the upkeep, the insurance, the legality of this place. Like, they would be holding on to it. That would get leaked in the media. So if anything bad happened here, it'd be like, oh, bad thing happened on a Disney property, or Disney's not taking care of their property. Anything they touch needs to turn to gold, or it's considered to be a complete and total disaster. So therefore they said, can't touch this.
Can't touch this.
And I agree with that. Yeah, the purchase price might cost them an extra $100 million when they're ready to buy it. But wouldn't you honestly say that owning this for a decade, 2 decades, 3 decades, putting all the infrastructure into it and dealing with the headaches, don't you think they would have probably spent more than $100 million doing all of that? I think so. I think the sweet deal was to wait. Big part of business is knowing how to wait, waiting for your moment, waiting for your time. And if they were to jump on this, that would only increase the speculation of what's coming next. And that would also complicate things. Disney knows what their long plan is. They're flirting with everybody in the public's perception. That concept art for what they're going to do in the parking lot for Disneyland Forward, it's just a tease. It's just like a coming soon, we're going to do something here. But I'll give you every nickel that I have. That is not what's getting built in that land. And if they do that, then they need to give me every nickel that they have, because they've lost their minds and they officially need me to run the company. Look, I love malls. I was born in the 70s. My informative years were the 80s and 90s. Those were prime mall years. There were movies about malls, TV shows about malls. Malls were culture, and I loved that culture. I was always, well, let me rephrase that. Until I met Beth, I couldn't say that I was the world's greatest boyfriend. I was a guy in a band. I was a bit of a rambling man. But the one good quality I always had as a boyfriend, what? You wanted to go to the mall? You want to shop? Let's go, baby. And I'll get into it with you. Oh yeah, I like those pants. The other pants though, I worked at the Gap. I know how to speak the language of telling a lady how something fits without insulting my lady. I love shopping. This ain't it. And it's a damn shame, because on paper, it makes so much sense. Put a mall around all these hotels where all these visitors are coming and going, and they'll want to go to the mall. They'll want more things to do. But the problem is it doesn't have the Disney brand or name attached to it. Disney Springs, this is not. And that has a huge consequence on how people decide to spend that travel day or that day without a park admission. This is not a Disney Springs type area, nor should it be a Disney Springs area, because that's going to be called OC Vibe. The city itself must know, like I know, I mean, they probably officially know, I just think that I know everything. The city must know, though, that Disney is going theme park. The city would not invest in a massive shopping center if they knew that they were years away from having Disney as their main competitor, because that Disney brand, that legacy of 100 years, it will crush everything around it. That's just the way that it's going to be, unless it's another theme park. And the city of Anaheim has a world-class concert venue to bring in bands that have huge fans, things like WWE, different traveling events, as well as the Ducks and all of their opponents. Anaheim is one of the best markets for hockey fans to come see their team play. When fans decide, let's go see a road game, they pick here. Same with the Angels. And the Angels are probably most likely getting a new stadium some point. Nobody likes the owner. That's a whole other conversation. But OC Vibe will have massive anchors to bring in people. But that other massive anchor is going to be Disney. Because when you can easily get on a gondola from the original 2 parks or the third park, or the parking garage, or your hotel, and you can go across the 5 without having to pay for any transportation and show up at the mall, you're gonna do it. And people that are over there that are going to a concert are definitely going to come over here to hit the parks. It's going to make a unified Anaheim. I can taste it, it's in the air. And sure, city plans aren't things that always happen, they don't always come true. There's lots of bureaucracy, there's lots of bullshit, and there's lots of people that lack vision. There's been so many of these plans that haven't happened. So there's a strong chance that it won't. But I think if we hold on to the optimism that it could happen, and we have a community that celebrates its potential, people are watching this channel. People are paying attention to me, and they are paying attention to you and what we're talking about over here. And I think that little spark of public interest and City of Anaheim seeing Disney people are paying attention to their Anaheim projects, I think that's going to get a little kick in the funding that what they build over there won't become what happened here. And look, I'm not done covering Garden Walk. I want to ride it down to the end because I do find this place to be absolutely fascinating, and it has some really, really interesting tenants. And some of those I want to reach out to and see, would it be possible to maybe do a feature or a breakdown on your business and let all the Disney people know what exists right across from their hotel or the theme parks? Like, I do see value in this, but I also have been around long enough in the world of retail, commerce, and business to understand some ideas just don't work because retail, shopping, spending money, if it's anything, it's psychological. And sometimes, even when you're upside down in your finances, you need to spend money to feel good about yourself. And sometimes, when you're not upside down and you have money to spend, there's just an emotion that comes along with it. If a place doesn't excite you, if a place feels dead, you're not gonna go there. This mall has been bit by that bug. It just has that death warrant signed to it, and you can just smell it in the air. But I do believe in trying to give this place a fair shot and to give it its coverage and to have this be a part of the story that we're telling. Because it is a part of Anaheim and it is tethered into everything. And who knows, maybe I'm wrong, but I do feel like the only way this properly works is with a major mental shift. Because right now it's stuck in that dead zone. But a refresh, a rebrand, or possibly becoming part of a much larger project. Like, guys, if this is just a massive thoroughfare of shopping and attractions and different things that take us to the Holy Grail, which is across the street, which is a huge Disney park. I mean, this would be the ultimate Main Street USA or Buena Vista Street because it's so wide. There's spaces where you could actually have an entryway, a thoroughfare into a park that could have all kinds of different attractions on each side of you. Or maybe they just take the front part and make that the entryway. And now we're already working through lands. There's a lot of space here. And when you think about a land bridge that takes us to the other side, with at one point a skyway going through the middle of it, woo! I'm fired up, baby. I'm fired up. Let's go. So if you want to be a naysayer, be one. That's fine. But you're not going to ruin my buzz of excitement because I believe in this plan. I can see the steps of it happening. And so I'm following it from every single direction because it's going to be a fun thing to get into. And maybe it'll lead to all of this coming true, or maybe it'll lead to heartache. Either way, it's going to lead to a good story. But I can just feel it in my bones that this is going to happen. I just know it. Or I know I'll have fun trying to follow it till something else happens. Another thing that lines all this up perfectly is that the parking garage here is designed to have timeshare units built on top of it. So all of this is already DVC ready. I mean, not that Disney couldn't get the zoning to put in more hotels in Anaheim, but it's just one of those fun facts where it's like, it's right there. If you'll please forgive me, I need to go get a Starbucks and I need to get out of the sun. All right, this Starbucks over here I'm gonna go to, but it is the most expensive Starbucks in Anaheim. It's like airport pricing. has an absolutely beautiful deck that I never see get used. Fly free, little bird, fly free. $7. No, $7.50. Beautiful table though. So what's up? You gonna book that theme park view? Because I believe that's what this will become. It was designed to be that. They knew what they were doing. So look, I don't want to fight if it's gonna happen, if it's not gonna happen. I just want to celebrate the idea that it could happen. Get lost in the magic, do a little what if, and make this part of the regular beat. Because if we start breaking down what's happening here and all the moving pieces, it might become more clear what the future could be. I don't know, I just was on top of the roof of the Candy Cane Inn, and another nice business in the city of Anaheim reached out to me and said, man, we really like what you're doing. We want to try to make it easier for you. I have an even bigger one of those on the horizon where I might be working with a really big project that's happening here. I'm just excited, man. There's something happening in the air, and I'm just excited that we are seemingly, to some degree or another, going to be a part of it. It's been a lot, but today has been another amazing day. And kind of the best parts of this day happened outside of the park, because I'm starting to realize that the city of Anaheim is making moves. And they've noticed that we're documenting and celebrating those moves, and they're bringing us on board. And that makes me so excited, because I just want to be a part of this. I want to be the one that documents it. I want to be the one that tells it. And I want, for my optimism, to let you know that it's okay to be excited, and you should start dreaming along with me that all of this is going to change your next trip when you come back home to Disneyland. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you. Hopefully I'm right about like a small fraction of this. Because if not, I'm going to look like a serious idiot, but an idiot that had a good time nonetheless. I am like right in this tree too. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you.